Hey friends, on today's episode, I've got a cabin makeover, and this time it's my laundry room, so stay tuned. So while this was the smallest room that we have in our house, it was clearly the utility room. It had only a hot water tank in it, which was quite an eyesore when you opened the door, which is a pocket door, which is amazing, but it was not a sight to be seen. And so I wanted to cover that up. I knew right away. I just didn't know how I was going to do it, what I could do. I thought it could have been a couple of doors I could have hinged together. Some shutters could have worked, but I ended up going with a shower curtain. And so what I did is I found this great shower curtain at the at home store for $10. And it was the most colorful one they had, and I liked what it looked like. So I snatched it up and I thought, okay, I've got to figure out a way to hang this. What I ended up doing was a series of small little hooks that screw into the ceiling. Each hook took one of the little slits in the shower curtain, and there were 12 of them. So I hung 12 of these hooks across the ceiling, made a rounded version of it to hide our hot water tank. And that seemed to do the work, and it didn't cost hardly anything at all. So when we were getting ready to come to New York, AJ Madison reached out to me and said, Wendy, how can we help? Now, if you remember, I have a pink Samsung fridge that came from AJ Madison and an amazing Samsung range back home in my Texas home. And so we become friends, and they asked if they could help. And I was like, oh my gosh, we need a washer and dryer. And so they gave me this LG Thin Q washer and dryer. Now, these are able to be stacked if you want to stack them, or side by side. I ended up putting them side by side. What's so great about this set is, number one, they're a little smaller. So I knew it would fit inside my cabin. So if you need a smaller washer and dryer, I can highly recommend these. We've been using them all summer. It's amazing. But what's really great is our dryer is a ventless dryer. So what does that mean to have a ventless dryer? Well, I've learned all about it this summer because this is what we've had. You basically have to empty the water out of the dryer, and it comes in this little container. And so once your clothes are finished drying, you simply pull it out, you go empty it in the sink, and then you put it back in, and it's all ready. This was a great option for us because we were going to have to cut a hole in order to vent it out, and this is ventless. So it really solved a problem. If you have a small space, if you need something that's ventless, I highly recommend the LG ThinQ from AJ Madison. And I will put the links below if you're interested in a set like this. To style this space, I found a watercolor of these different kinds of swimsuits, which I thought was so cute. And since we're here near the lake and we have lake access, I thought this is perfect. And so I went ahead, framed it with a cheap frame I found at Target, and hung it up in here. And this watercolor actually I found on Etsy. It is a part of my Like to Know It shop. So if you're interested in something similar, go check it out. So I have been looking all summer for some kind of cabinet or shelving unit, and just haven't been able to snag one until just recently. I found this really great shelving unit on Facebook Marketplace. I took off and purchased it and brought it home, and I decided to paint it yellow. I used the Dixie Belle Daisy chalk paint for this, and it turned out so cute. I'm really glad I did. It was really easy to paint. It only took me a couple coats, and it was ready to go, and I couldn't be happier. Now on the inside, I decided, well, I've got a little bit of extra wallpaper hanging around here, and I thought, why not wallpaper the back side of it? And it was a wallpaper that I got from Spoonflower. It's pre-pasted. I mean, it took me less than 5 minutes to cut it, wet it, and get it up in here, and it looks amazing, and it adds a little bit of fun when you do open the doors of it. Some of the decor that I used on this shelf I've had around. For example, I am an avid fan of the Antique Candle Company candles, and I brought some with me here to the cabin. I've been using them. I always like to have a stash on hand, and I love them. I will put their link below if you're interested in any of the Antique Candle Company candles. They are amazing, and I'm a huge fan. I did find some really cute little vintage like bird feeders at the Dollar General store, and they were on sale. It's the end of summer and it was buy one, get one free. And I couldn't resist these two. So I went ahead and got them and thought I'll put them in my laundry room. They're really cute. I put in a couple vases. I have some paint on the other side. So these little shelves and nooks really do come in handy, and I can make the space kind of pretty and happy now. One of the other things I got at Dollar General was just a little throw rug. And this was really cute. It was like $6. It just adds a little bit of color to the floor, and that's all I really needed. I hope you enjoyed this really quick, short version of my cabin laundry room makeover. I have a blog with more pictures of the space. Everything is linked to my Like to Know It shop, which I have down below. I have my blog link down below. And stay tuned, friends, because I've got another makeover coming this Sunday, and I've got one coming midweek, and then we are going to be done with the cabin. So I can't wait to show you everything. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. I'll see you next time, friends.